Right, this is Echoes, page 31 from Piano Time 3. Now, this is a bit of an unusual piece. You can see in the first bar you've got these funny little diamond-shaped notes. So it's got an explanation at the top. Put the left-hand keys down slowly so they don't sound. That creaking, love that creaking. And hold them down throughout the piece. Magic! The right-hand notes will make the silent left-hand sound. The chords in the right hand are groups of next-door notes. Now, groups of next-door notes are called cluster chords, which is this kind of sound. Now, what can you hear? This is what this piece is all about. Now, what's happening here, if I do it quite slowly, you can hear something happening off the notes. See that ringing sound? That stops when I lift up these. Right, what this is underneath, inside the piano, we already know there are strings, and the hammers, I'm trying to think upright. The hammers come forward like that and they hit the strings. So when we press a key, hammer comes and does that. Now, what you might not be aware of is after as you release the key, something called a damper comes down and stops the string from vibrating, because vibration is sound in the same way that our eardrums create sound that we hear by vibrating from the sound waves. So when the string is vibrating like that and it's making a sound, the damper comes down and stops it, and that's what stops the sound. So when we press the sustain pedal, which is the one on the right, all these dampers are up like that, and which leaves all the strings not just free to vibrate, but free to continue to vibrate. So if I play that, then all of those keys have hit all of these strings, and there's nothing stopping the sound until I do that, which is the dampers coming back down. Damper comes back down. Now, what this happens, when we press these keys down silently, there's not enough force behind the hammer to actually hit the string. So the hammer comes forward and then doesn't quite touch the string. If it does, it's a tiny amount. It's not even enough to actually make a difference. Usually it doesn't even touch it if you do it really carefully. But the damper is off. So these strings are now free to vibrate, which is exactly what they're doing there. And the strings that are free pick up on the vibrations of all the other strings in the piano. So when I play this, those strings vibrate, and that sound from the vibration, and that vibration travels down all the way through the piano, and these strings pick it up and they start vibrating as well. It's called sympathetic vibrations. So we get a sound caused by these strings being loose and these strings being struck. And then when we lift up this, the sound stops, because the release of the keys starts the process of the dampers coming down and touching the strings and stopping them vibrating. So what we've got is something called echoes, which uses sympathetic vibrations, and at the end, this is a little bit tricky actually, we've got 5 notes down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that changes to 3 notes down, because if you see the last chord only has 3 notes in it, so we need to pick up finger 2, pick up finger 4, and leave fingers 1, 3 and 5, which leaves a G major triad. So we've gone from a cluster chord to G major triad. Now if I play those, you can hear the difference. It's not quite so obvious when we do it with the silent keys and sympathetic vibrations, but you can still hear it. It's a good idea before you start just to practice that, rather than trying to do it with the silent. Just play with 5 and then just try and release in those 2. Oh, one other thing, don't worry too much about actually getting this in time. Just get them down, because nothing happens in that first bar. There's no sound created, there's nothing.